hello and welcome back to another review, guys. Now today we are reviewing the brand new 2021 Disney live action release Cruella. This film is directed by Craig Gillespie. Is that his name? Gillespie? I don't know. It's directed by that guy. And stars Emma Stone as Cruella and Emma Thompson as the Baroness. So when this film got announced, I was like, who cares? Who cares about a Cruella movie? Who cares about a villain whose arch nemesis are a bunch of Dalmatians? Do we need this? No, we don't. We didn't need this. We didn't. Okay? There was no need for a Cruella movie. Then the trailers come out, and I thought, wow, the marketing team are doing a great job here. I love the look of this movie. Obviously, Cruella has the black and white hair going on. They've put this red, they've glinted the film with lots of red as well. And the trailers and the posters were gorgeous. And I was like, wow, this looks surprisingly good. The trailers were really well done. Obviously, you can get good trailers and the film can suck. Suicide Squad, the trailers for that were amazing. The film was garbage. So I didn't want to get my hopes up, but I was like, you know what, this don't look bad. This don't look bad. And Emma Stone, I love Emma Stone. She's probably in my top 5 actresses. I think she's fantastic. So there was another good selling point there. Also, Emma Thompson, fantastic actress. There's a lot of good people attached to this. Mark Strong's also in the movie. So yeah, and I was like, I wasn't vocal about this movie, but I just thought this is going to be so pointless. But the trailers were really starting to prove me wrong, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to be wrong again, just like I was wrong about Justice League. Whew. This film was surprisingly really good, and I'm very pleased they made it now. It wasn't pointless. They had a story to tell here, a good one. Now, do I cast this as a Disney live action, take on one of these? Because technically this is a new movie. This is a fresh story. So do I put it in the same category as things like Jungle Book and Lion King? Probably not, but it fits into that Maleficent type category, where they're expanding upon this villain. And this does it better than Maleficent. And I don't mind the Maleficent movies. This is one of Disney's best efforts in terms of a live-action adaptation of one of these famous animated characters. For me, there's only a couple which fall above this. This is really good. This is a really solid effort. So first off, let's talk about the story, because I had no idea what this was going to be. For me, Cruella, she was just this mad woman who had a thing about getting Dalmatians. I've seen the original 2 live-action movies for 101 Dalmatians and 102 Dalmatians. I don't think either of them are bad, but I don't think either of them are particularly good. They're just kind of, yeah, they're all right. I'm not even sure if they went to cinema, to be honest, but, you know, they're all right. I really like the original 101 Dalmatians. I think it's a really fun animated movie. I love my Disney animated movies. It's a great one there. But, you know, I think a lot of the times you're watching those movies, and the best part about Cruella is at the end where she kind of just gets messed up. She just kind of gets treated like the villains in Home Alone. She just gets crap dunked on her. She ends up looking a mess at the end of it. You know, that's kind of the fun of her character. The best bit about those movies, I think, are the dogs. Because, you know, Dalmatians are adorable. I love Dalmatians. So, making a film on this character and, like, making a whole story about her, I can imagine was very challenging with the writers. But they done a really good job here. You felt somewhat sympathetic for her. And I love how she switches, because she is, of course, at the start of the film, she is Estella, she is this character, and then she's becoming Cruella. And then about halfway through the movie, she starts dipping in and out of both, and I think she does it really well, and Emma Stone plays on that so well. The dynamic tension between her and the Baroness, Emma Thompson's character, is great, like, really good. Like, how she admires her, and then when she finds out some more about Emma Thompson's character, the switch on it is great. It's really well done. And you can feel the hatred in Stella, Cruella, whatever, towards the Baroness, and it's great. The Baroness is just a really fun character. She is just your typical Disney villain, where she is just a bad person. She's been, it's almost like she's got so many people sucking up to her and stuff, that now she's become just a horrible person through having her ego continuously built up. Mark Strong does a good job in this movie. At first, I was kind of surprised, like, why is he in this movie? He really isn't doing much. And then his character actually gets some nice development near the end. There's actually a couple twists in this film. I know. I wouldn't have expected this either from a Cruella movie, but there are some twists. And you know what? I didn't see one of them coming. One of them was like, oh, okay. Didn't see that coming. Wow. The ending of this movie I thought was really clever. I really like what they've done. I like the fact they sort of left it open for a sequel. I personally am really hoping for a sequel now. Like, I really want a sequel to this movie. Like, a lot. The acting all round, everyone done a really good job. Emma Stone, of course, stole every scene she was in. She was fantastic in this movie. So good. So good. She honestly has given one of her best performances of her career here. Right behind La La Land and Birdman. Emma Thompson was fantastic. She had some lines. She had some things which absolutely cracked me up. One of them involving a taser. Killed me. Joel Fry was in this as well. He was, you know, Joel Fry, he's always sort of the same, but he was good in this movie. And then Paul Walter Heuster, I think is how you pronounce his name, was in this movie. And he's like one of her little mates who goes around with following her, the tubby one. He cracked me up. He had some really funny lines. Really had me rolling a few times. And yeah, Mark Strong, he doesn't really do much, but it's always good to see Mark Strong, I guess. One thing I've got to talk about for this film is the costumes. The costumes of this film were great. If this film doesn't get, like, nominated for costume designs, there's a problem there, because, wow, some of them were gorgeous. My favourite one was actually one involving a load of rubbish, a load of garbage. I thought that really caught me off guard. I was like, wow, that's really clever. And you can see a lot of the costumes in the trailer. There's one where she turns up with the Dalmatian kind of coat. That was really cool. There's like one where she's like, looks all royalty-like. Really great. But even there are shots like near the end of the movie where she's a bit broken. She's just come out of this fire. She's got like ash all over her and she looks broken, destroyed. And she's by this fountain talking to herself. Even just the makeup there was great. I was like, wow, this is really... The makeup and the costume department done a great job. The sets, for the most part, look beautiful. There are a couple shots, because, you know, this film's, set in the... I think it's set in the 60s. There are a couple shots where she's out in the daytime, and there's a couple things in the background where you're like, is that accurate? I'm not too sure. But for the most part, looks really good. Visually stunning. And that's how I love the colour palette of this movie. The cinematography was surprisingly really good as well. Disney went all out on this. I'm shocked. I'm still talking about this movie, honestly. I'm surprised this review is being this long. I'm shocked with how much effort or how hard Disney went on this film. It turned out so surprisingly good. It turned out a lot better than the ones which should have been better than this. This was better than The Lion King. This was better than The Lion King live action adaptation. Hands down, it was better. Don't even try and tell me that The Lion King one was better, because it's not. And as I say, there are only a couple I'd put above this. I think I preferred The Jungle Book. Maybe. It's on the same sort of level. The new one, that is, the Jon Favreau one. And I really like Christopher Robin. I've got a real soft spot for that film. But them two and this one are all sort of on the same line for me. Like, they're all really solid movies from Disney. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's not all good. There are some issues with the film. I think the dialogue is a little bit rocky at times. A couple of the line deliveries can be a bit cringy from certain people. And the overuse of CGI on some of the things here was not great. As a scene, it involves a parachute near the end, and it just didn't look good. There's also, they kept CGI in the Dalmatians at times. Like, there's a bit where he just simply lays down in front of the fire, and he's decided to CGI it. I know that, obviously, dog training is hard, and getting a dog to do that could be difficult. I don't really know. But just use a real dog. Why not? The two 101 and 102 Dalmatians movies, there was like 90% dogs. Like, barely any CGI, if any at all. Yeah, why not? That always baffles me. There was a little bit of overuse of CGI at times. There are some shots where it's like, you could have put a bit more effort in and actually just, you know, not CGI'd that. But anyway, I don't want to take away from this movie too much, because an actual lot of effort went into making this movie, I believe. It turned out surprisingly good. I'm going to give Cruella an 8 out of 10. It's genuinely one of the best movies this year. I had a feeling when the trailers started coming out and the posters, I was like, oh, Disney going hard. This could be good. But if you'd asked me a year ago, like, oh, what do you think Cruella's going to be like? I would have been like, well, Emma Stone's in it. She'll be good. But other than that, it's probably going to be a very forgettable Disney film, but it's actually just the opposite. And I hope they release a 4K, because I'll be buying this. I'm going to buy it. I really enjoyed this movie. I want to watch it again. I want to see the 4K transfer. So yeah, wow. Cruella, well done, Disney. I'm shocked, I'm pleased, and I'm happy for you. This film does deserve some recognition, especially for the costumes. I think Emma Stone and Emma Thompson actually gave them fantastic performances. So yeah, Cruella, well done, Disney. Well done. Anyway, guys, if you want to hear me go into more detail on this movie, please check out my episode of Off to the Movies, which is also coming out today. Me and Ryan are going to go over this film in even more detail. You'll also get to hear Ryan's opinion on it, because it's a little bit different to mine. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.